The Silent Mastery, a manifesto for inner power. Have you ever stopped to question the compulsion to respond? Explain, justify. This knee-jerk need to speak. Where does it come from? In a world drowning in noise, everyone is desperate to be heard, yet no one is truly listening. We fear silence, not because it's empty, but because it exposes us. It offers no distractions, no cover, nowhere to hide. How often have you spoken too quickly and regretted it? How often has your urge to take a stand left you feeling weaker, not stronger? This isn't chance, it's conditioning. You've been taught that silence equals weakness, that reacting proves strength. But that's a lie. True power, the kind that endures, lives in restraint, in silence, in stillness. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most radical thinkers in history, understood this deeply. He believed that the will to power, the fundamental drive within all humans, is not expressed by shouting, arguing, or dominating others. Instead, it is embodied by the one who remains unmoved amid chaos. While the world is frantic to speak, the true master waits, watches, and speaks only when the moment demands it. And when they do, the world listens. This isn't just philosophy, it's personal. It's about the fear you feel when left alone with your thoughts. It's about your dependence on validation, on being seen, being heard. It's about realizing that your impulse to speak is often not strength, but insecurity in disguise. This is not a comfortable conversation, but it's necessary. So I challenge you, stay with me in this silence. Resist the urge to fill the space, because what comes next might shake you, but it's exactly what you need. Nietzsche didn't write to please. He wrote to wake people up. One of his most misunderstood ideas, the will to power, isn't about domination over others. It's about mastering yourself. And the greatest expression of this mastery is not reacting, not defending, not explaining, just being. Today's world confuses power with urgency, with immediacy. But the one who reacts is the one who has already lost control. Reaction is surrender, proof that someone else holds emotional power over you. The truly powerful don't flinch. They don't defend their worth. They don't explain their value. They embody it. Silence then becomes a shield, not a passive one, but a conscious force, rooted in inner clarity. Want real power? Learn to contain. Learn to observe chaos without absorbing it. Let others burn their energy trying to win battles you've already transcended. Power is born in the space where impulse is mastered and presence is amplified. But why is this so difficult? Why do we avoid silence? Because silence reveals. And what it reveals terrifies us: insecurities, regrets, guilt, the fragile scaffolding of who we think we are. So we drown it with distractions, words, screens, arguments, noise, anything to avoid the discomfort of stillness. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists," and what we resist most is facing our own emptiness. Nietzsche saw this too. He recognized that the sickness of modern man is not pain, it is distraction. It is drowning in meaningless dialogue, in shallow opinions, in endless ego games. Silence cuts through all that. It unmasks, it demands presence. And presence, without noise, is revolutionary. But silence alone is not enough. It must be intentional, strategic. It must be a chosen silence, not one born of fear. A silent fool hides. A silent master reigns. In conflict, the one who speaks least holds the highest ground. Every word spoken in haste is a clue, a weakness exposed. The one who commands silence controls the tempo, the power dynamic, the very rhythm of reality. They make others doubt themselves without saying a word. This isn't mysticism, it's psychology, it's energy, it's dominance without aggression. But to wield silence this way, you must first befriend solitude. Most people fear being alone. They run from it, numb it, cover it. But Nietzsche saw solitude not as isolation, but as transformation. The strong do not break in aloneness. They refine. They become. Because only in solitude do we hear our real voice, the one drowned out by society's expectations and our own avoidance. Those who cannot bear solitude cannot bear freedom, because real freedom demands inner strength. the ability to stand whole without applause, without audience, to know who you are without needing others to confirm it. In that silence, you meet yourself, naked, raw, real, and only then does your silence gain true weight. It becomes more than a defense. It becomes a presence, a declaration of power. It begins to cleanse, to heal, to restore. You realize that the emptiness you feared was never empty. It was full of everything you've been running from. And as the noise falls away, what's left is essence. There are moments when silence itself is the message. A well-placed pause, a refusal to respond, a quiet gaze. These speak louder than any argument. In such moments, silence isn't absence. It's command. It says, I owe you nothing. Your chaos does not move me. This is not arrogance. It's hierarchy. It's power without performance. Strategic silence unsettles because it reflects the other's instability. It exposes the attacker's desperation, their lack of peace. It is serenity in the face of provocation, and that serenity is a devastating weapon, one that doesn't attack, yet leaves nothing standing. At its highest level, silence becomes identity. It is no longer something you use. It is something you are. Not a tactic, but a truth. You no longer speak to prove. You speak because you choose to. And in that space, others feel your presence before you ever open your mouth. This isn't an easy path. It is not crowded. It is not loud. It is a rebellion against everything you've been taught about strength. But it is the beginning of true inner mastery. So now, a final question, one most never dare to answer. Will you keep reacting? Or will you reclaim your mind in silence? If this resonates with you, comment, I choose silence. Not for attention, not for validation, but because the strongest words are often the ones never spoken.